Now let's bring in David Stearns, president and founder of Stearns Retirement Group in Georgia. David, you predicted, we spoke a year ago, that the stock market would do well for at least part of 2019 compared to the previous year. And you're right, that did happen. So let's look forward now, 2020. What do you see 2020 giving us as far as the economy, the markets, and interest rates?
Well, I feel like I got the interest rates wrong last year. You know, it's interesting that our Fed chair is the first Fed chair in 30 years that doesn't have a PhD in economics. And yet I've looked at what he's done, and I think what he's done is pretty amazing. And so I think that we are going to see interest rates remain low for a while, which I think will bode well for the stock market. So I think that there's still some uncertainty. Some uncertainty's gone away, Dave, like the Brexit deal and the trade war seems to be on solid ground. And I think if consumers will continue to spend like they've been spending and no one gets too frightened, and if the trade war continues to be peaceful, I think that we will see an expanding stock market again to go with an expanding economy. I don't think we're going to see the growth in 2020 that we've seen in 2019, but I do think we'll see an expanding stock market, Dave.
Now, what do you think about the outcome of the election? How much can the outcome of the election potentially affect it one way or another?
Well, you know, that's the uncertainty that's coming. We just got rid of two pieces of uncertainty, Brexit and the trade war. But now we have new uncertainty because we don't know what the actual exit of the UK is going to be like. And then we've got the massive uncertainty of the election. Now we have the fresh impeachment. I don't know how to explain this, but it seems as though the investors in our day and time are able to overlook bad news like maybe none other before them. And so I think the uncertainty coming up with the election is not going to have as big of an impact. I think it's entirely possible that President Trump will get reelected. I think the stock market, I think there's a lot left in it to go for 2020.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting, but you're right. The markets have demonstrated in recent day an incredible ability to shrug off bad news and focus on good news. And if you don't expect a recession economically, then it makes sense that we see somewhat of a higher market. So anyways, David, thanks so much for being back with us and for your views on 2020.